Hi guys, this is Sandy and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that you might find it really useful and interesting. And remember that if information is useful and powerless if you don't use it. So I really hope that this video helps you. If your profile applies to what I'm gonna talk about in the next few minutes. So without further ado, let's start. Currently I'm enrolled at an MBA program at LSU Shreveport, Louisiana State University, and many of my coworkers and friends, especially friends, have asked me like how I did it, like to get into an MBA program if my bachelor's degree it's from a foreign university. It's from the outside of the US. So before enrolling to Louisiana State University, I first I first tried to another university, but like 5 years ago, and I was really young at that time, and I really wanted to get. I knew that I wanted to get an MBA from an American university, because like it's for me it's like a personal achievement, and I think that this MBA can boost my career in the future, in general, where I want to take my career like to the next level. So 5 years ago, I was talking to an advisor in a university in Texas, and I don't know why, but they told me like it was some kind of difficult, like to enroll into a master degree program without taking leveling courses. And when they told me like about the leveling courses, it was basically like doing all my bachelor's degree again in the US, and I didn't have like neither the time or the money to do that. So I just got disappointed and I stopped trying. And then I talked to another university, and they told me like, no, you don't need to do that. That was like a couple of years later. I was still in college, and they told me like there was an option that I didn't have the need to do that. And well, that gave me hope, like I didn't have to like to take like the 4-year bachelor's degree to then apply for a university and get an MBA. That was my main goal. So I stopped there. I didn't do it at the time again, but I applied the GMAT test, which is the admission test, where they tell you if you can get into the program or not. So it just depends. For business school, it's the GMAT, and for engineering schools and other schools, they apply like the GRE. My husband applied the GRE when he went for his master's degree, and for him it was different, because his education was from here, from the US, and he didn't have like any trouble like pursuing his master's degree. It was like automatically. But for me it was a little bit more difficult. So 2019, I got transferred from my company in Mexico to Texas, and that's where I met my husband. And I just got interested, again, like now that I'm here in the US, I want to pursue my master's degree, my MBA, and I called to different schools and they accepted my 5-year-old GMAT score, which I think it was pretty good. It was almost 600, which is kind of a high score. And some of these schools that I wanted to, well, at the beginning, like I told you, I was interested like in an MBA 5 years ago, and they didn't fit my my personal goals anymore. So then a coworker of mine recommended me Louisiana State University. I work in Texas and live in Texas, and she lives in Pittsburgh. And she told me about this program, that it was online, that maybe my company could, you know, like give me some tuition assistance, you know, and that it applied like my profile. So I called the university first step, and they guide me through to the process. And one thing that I think it's really important and not many people know is first of all, you don't need to have a bachelor's degree from the US to apply directly for a master's. There's no need to do that, and I won't recommend you that, because when I was an exchange student in California, I did an intensive English school, and I met like a couple of girls over there that were from Latin American countries, and they did literally their bachelor's again, and they just never end. Like, it's still the times that they are still in college, you know, and I already graduated when they were older than me. And I think that that's frustrating, you know, that you just keep studying forever, and there's no need to do that. So what I would recommend first is to call to the school you're interested in and ask for the requirements. For the requirements like GMAT score mainly, or there are some programs that they even have like a GMAT waiver, so you can ask like whether you need to not take the GMAT and just get enrolled into the program. That's important too. The second thing I did here is they requested me my credits from the college I went to in Mexico, and send them to WES, which is World Education and Services, WES. This is an office, a specialized office in New York. They are New York based, and what they do is they require you to ask to your college from your home country for your records. And the school, you cannot touch the records, so this is like a really picky process. The school has to send to New York your records with all the subjects and credits that you achieved during your bachelor's degree to New York. And then they do a course-to-course evaluation, and they assign you a credit number, and then translate and give like a brief description of the course, you know, like you did. And for example, in Mexico we have like grades from 0 to 100, and in the US is like GPA, you know, like from 1 to 4. So which 4 is the highest GPA. We're not really used to that system, and I don't think like many countries have that system, especially like in Mexico, at least now. Maybe other countries have it, which I think it could be easier, but at least like if you're in this situation, this World Education Services really helps. And another thing you have to consider is that I did this process in the middle of the COVID pandemic. So they took them to My school took like 2 weeks to send my records to New York, and then over there in New York, usually the process takes up to 3 weeks, when I had to wait like 2.5 months to get it done. So I was like really nervous, like if I could meet the deadline to submit like all my paperwork. And once you've done that, the school will tell you like if you need to take like leveling courses or not. In this scenario, I didn't have to take like any leveling courses because my program in Mexico was really complete. So I started like directly with the MBA program, which it's a big help, because time is money, and the less courses you take, the less you have to pay, which is really helpful. And that's it really. Like, unfortunately, like I didn't apply for any scholarship. I'm paying the program myself. Maybe your company has like some tuition assistance. In my scenario, I applied for tuition assistance, but the process to get it, especially for an MBA, they didn't sponsor like MBA programs. You have to see if your company sponsors for MBA programs or if it's just sponsors for any other kind of master's degree. So that's why I decided to pay it myself, because I really want an MBA program. That's the program I wanted, and I didn't want like anything else. And another thing that you have considered is that many companies, after they paid for your master's degree program, you have to stay to work for them. So you have to consider that. So in case you want to move to another city or to another company, well, you know that basically you have an agreement with them, and if you don't stick to that agreement, well, of course they will make you pay for the program. So, well, it's basically up to you. And well, I think that's it that you have to consider. Don't be scared. For me, it was difficult. The GMAT test, it was a whole challenge. I took it twice until I got the score I wanted. And I did everything on the deadline because my GMAT scores were already like 5 years old, and GMAT scores are only valid for 5 years. So don't give up on your dreams. At first, I wanted like to give up, and I thought that I was never gonna be able to achieve to get enrolled into an MBA program in the US. But everything is possible. Many program coordinators will tell you things like probably they are not absolutely true, or that it's not, they don't apply for all the universities in the country. So don't give up. Try to find a program that fits with your lifestyle, that really convince you that it will really help you in your career, and especially that you enjoy. And that's, in my case, it's something that I always really wanted, and I'm really happy that I'm being able to achieve that goal and that dream for me. I really hope that this video helps you, that my experience helps you. And if you have like any comments, leave your message in the comments box, and I'll read those as soon as I can, and I'll reply to you. And I'm always happy to help, and I really hope that my experience helps you. Thank you so much, and go and pursue your master's degree and your MBA program. I highly recommend it. Bye bye.